at Berrien Springs. And you see Braylon Hurst, the quarterback, with White. Walter Williams is the top receiver on this group. It's an offensive line that's a little bit undersized compared to what they've had in the past, but they've got a big senior guard in Jacob Constable, who is the lone returning starter. Pickup of 7 on the play for Hurst, sets up a 2nd and 3 for the Shamrocks. Hurst on play action, uncorks it down the field. He's got his man. He went to E.J. Walker, the wide receiver, and it's a first down sponsored by the Shamrock Athletic Boosters as he takes it down to the 25. Down the field, he's got his man. Play from Frame Products.
Great job of getting the ball out in front of the receiver. Great job by White picking up the big first down. Great first drive here so far for Berrien Springs.
1st and 10 from the 25 for the Shamrocks. Calvin White, that bowling ball of a fullback, goes up the middle for a yard, and it gives us a chance to meet the Buchanan defense. We talked about Lucas Zeiger. Logan Edgerly's having a nice year at defensive end. Jamison Pleasant, the leading tackler at linebacker. Brody Reed is experienced in the secondary, as is the senior Isaiah Nelson. White picked up nothing on the play. It's 2nd and 10. Play action. Hurst scrambling to his left, and he'll just take it out of bounds as a flag comes in behind the play. This could be a hold on Berrien Springs.
There's a little bit of jersey pulled right there as Hurst was trying to get to the corner. They're trying to hold the jersey off just a little bit. One of those kind of unnecessary holding calls because Hurst was already at the corner at that time.
And it'll be a costly penalty as that's a 10-yarder against Berrien Springs. Puts them back to the 35 and sets up a 2nd and 20. Berrien Springs, as you see the officials tonight, Brian Hall, the white hat, working with the Franks family, then Michael Long and Gary Therian. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association always looking for more officials. Contact your local high school. They can fill you in on how to go about getting your official's license in any sport. See the clock on the TireRack.com scoreboard. 10:15 to go here in the first. The opening drive here for the Shamrocks, and an empty backfield this time for Braylon Hurst.
Play clock's getting down to 5.
Hurst with a blitz coming in, gets it off, and finds his man downfield to the 17-yard line. That is Walter Williams, and that's why they're so high on the homecoming king here at Berrien Springs.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here. You can see on the Frame Products instant replay, and Hurst got it up quick, got it out, and that was a great job by Williams going up and getting it at the highest point. Big 2nd down play there for the Shamrocks.
Now JoJo Jennings, the tight end, comes back into the game here for Berrien Springs, which makes you think that they might try to slam it here in 4-down territory.
Looks like some roughing the passer added to it.
Well, now it's 1st and goal for the Shamrocks, but it's the toughest 1st and goal you can have. It's right at the 10-yard line. That's another first down, by the way, sponsored by the Shamrock Athletic Boosters. Williams and Hurst checking their wristbands. On 1st down, Hurst again in scramble mode. Flips it towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. The catch was made out of bounds as soaring up to get it that time was Lewis Rome, the wide receiver.
Did a great job of going up and catching that ball. It needed about another 1.5 feet of space in the end zone. Here you can see on the Frame Products replay. Great pass getting it over the defender just out of bounds. But what a great catch going up using your hands.
Brody Reed had really good coverage, though, to force that ball to be thrown where it was and force the incompletion.
Yeah, great pressure by Buchanan up the middle as well and keeping containment on Hurst. I think that's the biggest thing we got to look at tonight. Controlling that line of scrimmage. Buchanan really needs to put pressure on Hurst, but also contain him at the same time.
And flags thrown and whistles blown, and this is going to be a false start against Berrien Springs, their second penalty of this drive.
Town Hall Pizza in Berrien Springs offers 18 specialty pizzas, including the Braveheart, topped with Alfredo sauce, slow-cooked Italian beef, Peppadew peppers, and more. Town Hall Pizza spoiled our crew by feeding them tonight with the Braveheart. Our guys loved it. Check out Town Hall Pizza in Berrien Springs.
You saw Ben Iliff checking that play sheet on the Berrien Springs sideline. He's in his 3rd year as the head coach here for the Shamrocks. He was the defensive coordinator under Elliot Uzelak when Elliot came here a couple of years ago. Hurst is going to roll left on a design quarterback run, looking for a lane to cut it back inside, and takes it all the way down to the 5. A 10-yard pickup for the elusive Mr. Hurst.
Yeah, great job of getting the ball up the field. I think that was the key thing, picking up some big yardage to make a manageable third down now.
And even though Hurst is only a sophomore, this is his second year as the starter for this team. So they took their chances last year with him as a freshman quarterback, and it's starting to pay dividends.
I think the biggest thing they saw in him was his confidence and his leadership and his ability to handle the pressure situations. He did a great job last year as a freshman, built some confidence, had some ups and downs here and there, but they really have seen that confidence grow in the offseason and this year.
Out of the eye, Hurst rolling, throwing. Walter Williams, touchdown, Berrien Springs.
Wow, what a great job. Hurst had so much pressure on him, was able to get that ball on the money. Here you can see in the Frame Products instant replay. Great job here rolling out. Pressure right away, staying with it, understanding to get that ball out. Touchdown, Williams.
The touchdown sponsored by the Coastline Realty Group. For Hurst, that's his 7th touchdown pass of the season. And you can get a glimpse as to why they are so high on number 10. Pretty good drive throwing the football, 3 out of 4 for 51 yards. The kicking game has been a bit of a problem for Berrien Springs this year. The regular kicker, Caden Ward, is injured, so Hurst, Mr. Everything, will come on and try the extra point, and it is no good as he missed it off to the right. 8:52 to go in the first quarter, and Berrien Springs strikes first. The Shamrocks up 6-0 on Buchanan on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community.
Our replays tonight are by Frame Products. They're family-owned in Buchanan, and they're a high-precision CNC machine facility specializing in prototyping and production work throughout various industries, including aerospace, automotive, engineer, marine, and medical. Learn more at frameproductsinc.com. Go Bucks!
It'll be interesting to see what Berrien Springs does with its kickoffs tonight, as Hurst will handle this duty as well. Carson Deming, the deep man, that's not a bad kick. Deming will take it back at his 7-yard line, and he's looking for room to run, but great pursuit by Berrien Springs and special teams, and they get to him at the 12.
Great coverage on special teams. One of the things they talked about as their key to wins tonight. They really wanted to focus on special teams this week, and that's great coverage, putting Buchanan in a hole here to start their first drive.
Lewis Rome was the first guy to get to Deming. He gets him at the 13, and that is where the Bucks will have their first possession of the night. With Lucas Zeiger, big number 13 at quarterback, 6 feet, 215 pounds, and a senior. A year ago, he was not just an offensive lineman, he was an all-region offensive lineman. But they said, you're too good an athlete, we need you at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that very often. You don't see a guy as an all-region offensive line go straight to quarterback their senior year. But he wanted it, he put in the work, and the coaches believe in him.
3-back formation. It's Max Cornelius out of the backfield, and Cornelius makes it up to the 17-yard line before he's brought down by Callan Hildebrand. Let's take a look at the Buchanan offense, and besides Zeiger and Cornelius, you see the veteran Ryan Hickok in at running back. Brody Reed is a very good receiver. They're a leading receiver on the team. They'll throw to the tight end, Owen Thompson. Colin Pinkerton helps lead a inexperienced offensive line, but a big one. Cornelius picked up 4 yards at 2nd and 6. Little crossbuck action that time, but nothing doing on the carry.
Like ball came out, offensive linemen were able to jump on it.
And what gives us a chance to meet the Berrien Springs defense. Along the front there, you've got a big fella in Carson Tripp, 6'4", 240, and Constable in there as well. Matt Ferry, the middle linebacker, is a four-sport athlete here at Berrien Springs. And in the secondary, keep an eye not only on Hurston Williams, but Lewis Rome, who's already made his presence known on special teams tonight. It's a 3rd down and 4 here for Buchanan. The pitch to Cornelius as they try to get him around the outside, and he's got the first down and more as he's finally knocked out of bounds at the Buchanan 32-yard line. It's a pickup that time at 13 yards and a first down, sponsored by Buchanan Schools. You get another look from Frame Products.
Yeah, he does a great job really following his blocks, getting outside. There was pursuit by the Shamrocks defense, just wasn't able to get up the field and make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage to eliminate that first down, but really good job by Cornelius following those blocks and picking up that first down for Buchanan.
And for a sophomore, I thought his run right there was a very patient run as well.
Yeah, a lot of times running backs, especially younger ones, get ahead of themselves and don't be patient and follow those blocks as well.
Now it's Carson Deming on the carry, and Deming is able to squeeze out about 3 yards on the carry. Deming had a big night last week against Brandywine with 83 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, serving a variety of industries, including solar, appliances, conveyor systems, chassis, and structural components to decorative trim. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com. We form value.
It's a 2nd and 7 here for the Bucks. The pitch to Deming. He gets around the corner on the left side, and he's got room to run. Carson Deming working his way through the secondary into Berrien Springs territory to the 32-yard line. That is a pickup of 33 yards and a first down, sponsored by Buchanan Schools.
Here you're going to see on the Frame Products replay, you're going to see that outside linebacker. When they come up, they came inside the block rather than trying to keep containment, and that's going to happen every time. That outside linebacker has to keep up and keep their outside shoulder clean and free of the block. That time they dipped inside, took the easy route.
So Buchanan playing power football to move the ball down the field. Remember, this drive started at the 13-yard line. Now a handoff to R.J. Scoggin, one of the fullbacks, and Scoggin was able to get about 4 yards on the carry.
At halftime, we'll chat with our student athletes of the week. They're presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher, Health Markets to connect.
They spotted at the 29, 2nd and 7 for Buchanan. Opening drive of the game for the Bucks after the Shamrocks took it right down the field for a touchdown on their first possession. Brody Reed is the split end. Zeiger hands it off. Cornelius, the tiny little running back, takes it up to about the 27-yard line, a pickup of 2 on the play. Now, I say tiny. He's 5'5", 155. If he wanted to prove to me he was not tiny, what he'd probably do is put me on his shoulders, because he can squat it as well at 520 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of these little running backs, but they're, 5'5", 5'6", 5'8", 150, 160, but they can squat a lot of weights. They put in the weight, or put in the time in the weight room.
3rd and 5 now for Buchanan. It's Scoggins up the middle, and the fullback's got himself a first down, sponsored by Buchanan Schools, as he plows forward to the 20. They needed 5, he got 7.
I really like the way Buchanan mixes it up. They're going to go to very multitude of running backs up the middle, both sides, crossbucks, get it to the outside, and really have fresh legs in there all the time.
Nothing but ground game so far for Buchanan on this drive. This is the 8th play of the possession. They put Owen Thompson, the tight end, to the left. And Berrien Springs jumps offside and makes it a little easier for him. 3rd penalty already against the Shamrocks.
The Shamrock Athletic Boosters are proud to support the Berrien Springs football team. This summer alone, they provided snacks during workouts, sponsored a team bonding trip to Five Pines, and even purchased a brand new sled for practice. Thank you, Shamrock Athletic Boosters.
Well, they've got some outstanding things to work with up here at Berrien Springs. A beautiful stadium, a great weight room, And the Shamrock Athletic Boosters doing what they can to help the cause. 1st and 5 at the 15 for Buchanan. Again, the full house backfield. And a flag thrown as it's a delay of game on Buchanan. And they'll go right back to having 1st and 10.
Hey, locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
Mark Fry not happy with his team giving back the gift they just got from Berrien Springs. 1st and 10. It is Scoggins, the fullback, and Berrien Springs not fooled that time. The Shamrocks were waiting with Carson Tripp, the 6'4", 240-pound junior, leading the charge.
Great job of getting pressure up the middle, really stopping that drive right where it started. Actually, a loss of 1 on the play.
First time Buchanan has been behind the chains on this drive. Let's see what Mark Fry does here with 3:41 to go in the first quarter. They'll pitch it to the left with Cornelius. He is able to get met on the outside. Got up to about the 17-yard line, but Lewis Rome, the cornerback, who has shown good speed, came up and made the hit.
Did a good job of getting to the corner again, just couldn't quite get it all the way up. Good pick up there on 2nd down. It'll be a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 here.
3rd and 7 for the Bucks at the Shamrock 17-yard line.
Mark Fry told me at practice this week, we do have a passing game. It may not be as sharp as we would always like, but we're not afraid to throw it. And they have a big receiver in Brody Reed, number 20. And Zeiger, looking left, throws it to Cornelius, but Cornelius in trouble, and down he goes. Matt Ferry was there from the linebacker spot to make pursuit. It's 4th down, and Buchanan really doesn't have a kicker, so they will be going for it here.
Yeah, I mean, that play was set up. You can see they're trying to look to the right and then try to go back to the left on a little bit of a screen pass type in the flats there. But very well covered by the Shamrocks and coming up for 4th down here.
And that was Carson Deming on the catch, not Cornelius. So it's 4th and 4 from the 14. Big play in this game. Zeiger unloads, and it's intercepted. Walter Williams. And Walter Williams is still on his feet. Owen Thompson finally brings him down at the 20, and the Berrien Springs defense comes through with a big play.
Well, what a great job there, really sitting in front of that pass. Williams did a really good job, and biggest thing is he got upfield, made positive ground there. It would have been a turnover on downs, but he picked up about 6 yards from where it would have been spotted.
Zeiger just didn't get enough height on that pass. He had Brody Reed behind the smaller Williams, but didn't elevate it enough. So now the Shamrocks take over with a 6-0 lead. 2:57 to go in the first, and the ball at their own 22. Braylon Hurst was 3 of 4 throwing the ball on that opening drive, and he looks to throw again. He wants to get it out to Lewis Rome, but this play is blown dead. A false start called on Berrien Springs, their 4th penalty of the quarter.
I think that's why the wide receiver was wide open down the field as much as he was, and everybody was kind of just slowing up. But everybody got a little excited here in the stands, thought that was another touchdown, but started a little too soon.
Still look pretty, but it'll be 1st and 15 for Berrien Springs.
I like how they tried to go for the jugular right there, right off the pick, and try to go deep right away.
Ben Iliff has the personnel on this team to be aggressive, and he has shown no qualms about doing that so far. Hurst hands it off, and Calvin White has Bucks waiting for him. Coming up and making the stop was
number 89,
Ethan Frame from the defensive end position, and it'll be only a pickup of about 2. Frame, a young man who really uses the area of Buchanan to its fullest. He races over at Redbud.
A lot of activities up here in Southwest Michigan. A lot of things you can go to.
2nd and 14. Blitz coming, and Hurst gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. The pressure was coming that time from Jamison Pleasant, who timed that blitz beautifully and came in and made Hurst get rid of the football.
Hey, you looking for a fun activity for the family that won't cost you anything and it's close to home? Hey, head to Buchanan, see how many scarecrows you can find. Buchanan Scarecrow Charities build more than 200 scarecrows in the town to benefit local initiatives. Go Bucks from the Buchanan Scarecrow Charities.
Talk about an activity that'll keep you busy. 3rd and 14. Hurst from the gun throws to Lewis Rome out on the sidelines. He's got a first down and more as Rome tackled by Brody Reed, but not until he gets to the 36 for a first down, sponsored by the Shamrock Athletic Boosters. That is a big pickup of 18 yards on the play.
Looked like Buchanan was sitting back in a zone and just did not cover that under route and just left him wide open and too much space. That situation, you got to play that under route a little bit better.
That's a huge 3rd down conversion for Berrien Springs, who has struggled on 3rd down this year, only 10 of 29 coming into the game. Play clock already down to 9. Hurst settles everybody down, and another flag on the Shamrocks for a false start.
Yeah, you had guys late getting in, and they were still looking at the play and then made a move towards the line to get up on the line. You got to get in. You got to get set. Can't take your time.
Other Lakeland Conference action tonight. Dowagiac already with an 8-0 lead on Brandywine. That's in the first. Over at Chris Taylor Alumni Field. Down to 1:25 to go here in the first quarter. That has Berrien Springs on top, 6-0. But the Shamrocks have been done a lot of do-si-do. They've gone forward and backward a lot, and they're hugging the delay of game right here. Timeout called. It's sponsored by Town Hall Pizza. Just so much confusion right now for Berrien Springs. 1:11 left in the first. Shamrocks up 6-0 on Sports Michiana.
Still wrestling with wire spools? Tap out. Babsco's got this. Meet the Spool Pro. Wire spooling made simple. It handles large reels with ease. Built for durability and convenience because your time matters. Save time and reduce waste with precision. Customizable settings for any job, big or small. Don't wait for innovation. It's already here. Built smarter and stronger with you in mind. Call Babsco to get yours today.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hunt, Angelo DiCarlo back with you in Berrien Springs, where the Shamrocks lead it by a count of 6-0, but they've really had problems finding some consistency on offense.
I think the biggest thing is they're just having a lot of receivers running in and out, and they're getting the play in late, and so there's a lot of confusion on that.
1st and 15 right now from its own 31. Hurst on a little play action, and Jamison Pleasant not fooled. Loss of 8 on the play as Pleasant drags him down from behind, and we've got an injured Buck on the field.
Pleasant has done a great job of really containing Hurst on that left side, not letting him get out, and really understanding his role of really keeping containment.
With an injury on the field, we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Back with more after this on Sports Michiana.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
In this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by McInnes Realty, it's realty with a purpose. Owen Thompson was able to walk off the field under his own power, but he does seem a little groggy as he goes over to the bench. He is an important two-way player for this Buchanan team, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter, and Berrien Springs up 6-0. Braylon Hurst at quarterback for the Shamrocks.
Still don't have a delay of game. Oh, got it off right at 1 second left.
But Hurst scrambling around, bouncing off a couple of tacklers, and is finally brought down by R.J. Scoggin at about the 33-yard line. Walter Williams has his hands out to the side as though that play was not what he expected.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands up in the air on these play calls and trying to get guys in position. Guys are running back and forth from different sides and getting set up. And they're like, no, you're on the other side. And here we're already down almost 15 seconds on the play clock. They're still not even lined up, still having questions. Play's not even in yet.
Finally, Hurst checks the wristband with 8 on the play clock. And they get the snap off in time, but pressure coming. Hurst has to get rid of it. He's got a man out there, and it's broken up. Isaiah Nelson was able to get out there. He may have caught a break because I'm not sure he ever saw it, but he put his hands up in the air and the ball hit him in the helmet.
Yeah, I don't think he ever touched the receiver. He threw his hands up, and luckily that ball hit him right in the back of the head. Here you can see on the Frame Products instant replay, just kind of throws his hands up. He kind of stayed away from the receiver there. Really didn't make much contact at all.
So you're going to see an interesting formation here for Berrien Springs on the punt. They have both Hurst and Rome lined up where they could catch the snap. Now, we've seen Hurst kick it, and you'll see it again here, but a flag comes in on this play as the ball is booted and goes out of bounds at the Buchanan 40, but we'll have to see what the flag is about. I'm guessing it's an illegal formation.
Yeah, I think they're talking about guys on the line of scrimmage right now, and that's where the flag was thrown, about where normally the line of scrimmage would be set up and guys be up on the line or back away from the line.
But I think Mark Fry just wants the football right now.
Yeah, I mean, they'd be a good field position. He's like,
illegal formation against the Shamrocks.
The false start against Berrien Springs will put them back another 5 yards. 6 penalties in the first quarter alone. More flags than the UN.
12-yard penalty.
So now Berrien Springs will kick it from its own 28. Again, they have Hurst and Rome back there. But now that Buchanan has seen this formation before, I don't think they're going to be real fooled. The one thing you have to watch is, well, what happens if they do snap it to Rome? That's not happening here. Hurst with a rugby-style punt. This one much better. Buchanan takes it at the 37 and wound up losing yardage on the exchange.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 yards on that.
Great punt by Braylon Hurst, who continues to show wonderful athletic ability.
Centrally located in Berrien County, Coastline Realty Group serve as buyers and sellers of residential, commercial, vacant land, and farm properties. Start to finish, you will notice nothing missed in every detail. Learn more at coastlinerealtygroup.net and go Shamrocks.
19 seconds to go in the stanza. Could well be the final play of the first quarter, and when the quarter ends, we'll go downstairs to Angelo for a very special Patrick Sideline report. Lucas Zeiger at quarterback. Hands it off to Max Cornelius, and he is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Cornelius, the ball carrier.
A wall of Shamrocks waiting for him right there.
Number 72, Carson Tripp.
And Carson Tripp was leading the charge on Cornelius, who only managed to pick up a yard on the final play of the first quarter. Through one here at Sylvester Stadium, Berrien Springs leads Buchanan 6-0. Let's go downstairs to Angelo DiCarlo with the Patrick Sideline report.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. Berrien Springs football lost an icon back in February when their former football coach, Bill Bergen, passed away. Bill was just 59 years old. His time as head coach of the Shamrocks ended in 2015, but what a run he had. 68 wins to just 49 losses, 7 trips to the playoffs, 5 conference titles, and a district championship in 2009. Bill played quarterback at Toledo. He also played the fictional version of himself as the Notre Dame quarterback in the movie Rudy. He's number 14. His brothers and dad also were in the movie with him, and his brothers and dad also coached alongside Bill here at Berrien Springs, and his son Jake played for him too. It was always a family affair for Bill, and our condolences continue to go out to the family and everyone here at Berrien Springs on the passing of the great Bill Bergen. Of course, he always treated his players like family, and he was beloved in this community.
All right, thank you very much, Anj. Second quarter being sponsored by the St. Joseph County Police Department. It begins with Buchanan in possession of the football, and the pitch to Max Cornelius, who tried to cut and was taken down again by Carson Tripp, who lived up to his name on that play.
Yeah, he did
get the trip.
He did get the trip. Cornelius looked like he cut on the wrong foot, slipped just a little bit and fell down on that, but good stop there on second down by the Shamrocks. Brings up a long third down here for Buchanan.
Lucas Zeiger just 1 out of 2 throwing tonight. We'll see how he does right here. He's going to hand it off. And darting his way for the first down, sponsored by the Buchanan Schools, is Max Cornelius as he takes it to the midfield stripe on a 13-yard jaunt.
Again, just a sophomore. Really great job of getting up the field, following the blocks, and understanding where the holes are there and avoiding the tackles. Here you can see on the Frame Products replay, just getting up the field, shedding a couple guys, and carrying some guys for that first down.
Calvin White brought him down from behind, but now back in Shamrock territory for Buchanan. They'll pitch it to Cornelius. He's got the hot hand. He tries to turn the corner, and good pursuit by Berrien Springs pushes him out after a pickup of 3.
Big thank you to Tire Rack. They're a scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. Their easy-to-use shopping tools will guide you to the right tires. Ship fast and free and backed by free roadside hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
8 carries for 42 yards so far for Cornelius, who does a very good job in the classroom as well. He has a 3.7 GPA. 11:01 to go here in the first half. Zeiger wants to throw, rolls to his right, now has to get rid of it, and he's got a first down as they throw a little dart up the field, but stepping out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It looks like it was Cornelius again. Yep, they're going to spot him out at the 42, and that's a pickup of only 4. They say, no, it's R.J. Scoggin on the catch, but I think they might say he just stepped out of bounds before he caught it.
Yeah, that's what it looked like right there in the Frame Products instant replay. That I think that's the discussion they were having. Ineligible touching they are, that he stepped out of bounds before he actually caught that pass.
Penalty is illegal pass by the Bucks. Receiver out of bounds, came back in.
Hey, at Buchanan Community Schools, we build responsible, resilient, creative citizens ready to thrive in a global world. Visit BuchananSchools.com to learn how our programs support every student's success. Buchanan Community Schools, where every student matters.
Now it's a spot infraction. No, it's not a spot infraction. It's a 10-yard penalty that'll put Buchanan all the way back to its own 43-yard line. So they're really chasing the sticks right here, looking at a 2nd and 18.
I believe that's a loss of down as well, is it not? Legal touching.
Have not seen yet. It says 3rd down on the scoreboard. It says 2nd down on the down marker. I'm sure we'll figure it out as Max Cornelius makes the turn, battles his way back into Shamrock territory as he goes to the 47 on a pickup of 10.
Taken away by number 56, Jacob Constable.
Boy, penalties have played a huge role here in this game. The officials, I think, talking it over, trying to make sure what down it is.
They're not signaling in that it's 4th down. Usually they have their hand up for a 4th down signal.
Cannot have it.
So we will assume here it's 3rd down. Scoreboard now says 3rd down. And a timeout is being called by Buchanan to try to sort out the confusion. It's sponsored by Town Hall Pizzas, so we'll take it as well. 10-12 to go first half. 6-0 Berrien Springs on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time. I'm just marinating.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you in part by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. So indeed it is a 3rd and 8 here as you see the water tower here in Berrien Springs on a glorious night for football. The temperature in the low 70s at kickoff. Buchanan trailing by 6, but with the football on the march. Max Cornelius, their speedy sophomore running back. Tackled again by Carson Tripp at the 41-yard line. Boy, Tripp is having himself a whale of a first half.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
It is 4th and 2 for the Bucks. And now they are really bringing everybody in tight around Lucas Zeiger, and there is movement along the line of scrimmage. The question is, was it Buchanan or Berrien Springs? It was Berrien Springs. Wow. 5 yards and a first down, sponsored by Buchanan Schools for the Bucks.
It's the Shamrocks.
Just another one of those things we talked about. Focus is the keys to win for Berrien Springs. A lot of things going on. It's another first down that the Shamrocks have given Buchanan here in the first half.
So the drive continues here for Buchanan. It started back at their own 37. They're only up to the Shamrock 36, but they've got the football 1st and 10. Scoggin, the man in motion. The pitch to Cornelius. Gets a great block from Reed, but an even better play by Walter Williams. Holy cow.
I know we don't like to talk about player of the game this early in the game, but wow. Williams has a heck of a first half. I mean, that's the way you attack the running back when you're trying to hold the corner. Great job by Williams coming in. Wow.
If I described that tackle as a torpedo, it would be all too accurate. Walter Williams, the human torpedo on that one. 2nd and 10. The pitch to Carson Deming. He tries to turn the left corner, but a flag comes in. This one's going to be on Buchanan.
Town Hall Pizza carries on a 56-year tradition of great pizza in downtown Berrien Springs. Every sauce is made from scratch. If not pizza, try their pasta with homemade Alfredo, vodka sauce, meat sauce, or marinara. Thank you to Town Hall Pizza for feeding our crew tonight.
That place was hopping at 4:30 in the afternoon when I went to pick up the pizzas for the crew tonight. Everybody in Berrien Springs appreciates the quality there at Town Hall Pizza. So it's a hold called on Buchanan as our parade of flags continues. That's 4 penalties now on the Bucks for 35 yards. They have taken the big chunk penalties when they've taken them. 2nd and 20. Trips to the left of Lucas Zeiger. Cornelius in motion. It's an end around. Cornelius, and another flag comes in from the sidelines. This one will be coming back. Mark Fry ticked off on the Buchanan sideline.
Yeah, I think as Cornelius was in motion, another guy moved at the same time, meaning 2 guys are in motion. You can do that as long as they both get set.
And you can do it in Canada.
You know,
where Xander Horvath is playing.
Hey, we want to help your team look great? Well, It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. And they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
7:52 to go here in the first half. Berrien Springs, which scored on its first possession of the game, leads at 6-0. There have not been a lot of possessions in this game. Man, there have been a lot of penalties.
Make a 2nd and 25 for the Bucks at their own 49-yard line.
2nd and 25 for Buchanan. Zeiger to Brody Reed. Reed on a tunnel screen. Wasn't much of a tunnel. He'll get into Berrien Springs territory after a pickup of 2.
Great coverage by the Shamrock defense. They didn't allow. Normally on that, you're going to come in, you're going to rush the passer, offensive line, let you go by. Well, they just held their ground.
So 3rd and 23 for Buchanan from the Shamrock 49.
2nd and 23 for the Bucks.
Doesn't necessarily play into the strong suit of what the Bucks do. Cornelius in motion. Zeiger handles the snap, heaves it down the field, and it's dropped by Brody Reed.
That would have been a big pickup. That would have made a manageable fourth down if they would have went for it. It would have been about 4th and 7. But 4th and 23, I think they're going to pull out the punting team here.
This is an accomplishment for the Berrien Springs defense. This is only the 3rd time that Buchanan has punted this year, assuming they go ahead and try to carry out the punt. Ethan Frame is the punter for the Bucks. Averages 28 yards a kick.
Back to kick for the Bucks, number 89, Ethan Frame.
Bronson Wiley, the deep man for Berrien Springs. And another flag comes in as Frame hits this one off the side of his foot. It takes a slight Buchanan roll and dies at the 30. And I'm not so sure that Ben Iliff won't just say, hey, we'll take it.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Illegal formation against the Bucks.
Illegal formation called against Buchanan, but it's declined, and Berrien Springs will get the ball back with 6:51 to go in the first half and a 6-0 lead. On the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard, John Glenn with a 14-7 lead on Bremen in the first. South Bend Washington leads Marion 14-7 in the second. And St. Joe leading Elkhart 14-7 in the second at Rice Field. We also told you about Brandywine leading Dowagiac 8-0 in the first. We'll get you an update from the War on the Shore here shortly. It is 1st and 10 for Berrien Springs at its own 30. Braylon Hurst keeps it himself, and he's in trouble. Ball loose. And it looks like Buchanan has it. But are they going to say Hurst was down already?
Looked like the back judge said he was down.
Made by number 79,
and it's a loss of 2 on the play. You'll get another look here from Frame Products. You tell us what you see, Bo.
Yeah, you see Hurst coming right up. You see gets wrapped up right there and starts. It looked like his knee was probably down at that point. So good call by the officials. That would have been a huge turnover.
Instead, it's 2nd and 12 from the 28. Rome, the man in motion. Blitz coming. The pass too high for Walter Williams, and he can't come up with it. Carson Deming had the coverage that time for Buchanan.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can support.
St. Joseph and Lakeshore tied at 14 there in the second quarter at Dickinson Stadium. 3rd and 12 here. Hurst with an empty backfield. Buchanan bringing the house. Hurst just heaves it up there, and it is caught. First down, sponsored by the Shamrock Athletic Boosters, as Steven Vasquez makes the catch and takes it all the way to the Buchanan 47. How do you do?
Pass complete to number 7, Steven Vasquez.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, but at that time they just threw it up. Hurst threw it up. Made a prayer, came down. I think the biggest thing was the Buchanan defenders. They were just running after the receivers, had no idea that the ball was in the air, and instead of trying to play the ball, they were trying to play the defenders.
A pickup of 25 on that play that looked like disaster when it left Hurst's hands. 1st and 10 from the Buck 47. Hurst trying to get around the corner on the outside. He has sprinter speed, but he is brought down this time.
Braylon Hurst, the ball carrier.
Like there might be a flag down on the far side of the field as well. Usually in that situation, another holding call in the corner.
Tate Figge had the stop that time for Buchanan. And indeed it is a hold against Berrien Springs.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
8 penalties, 50 yards so far for the Shamrocks in this one. 1st and 20 from their own 43. That just gives more room to pad the passing stats. 94 yards passing here in the first half for Hurst. He wants to get rid of this one. He's hit from behind. Buchanan has it. Figgy with the fumble recovery for the Bucks at the 40.
Number 4, Kate Figgy of the Buchanan Bucks.
And Buchanan in business in Berrien Springs territory as you get another look from Frame Products.
What a motor. What a motor Pleasant has. I mean, Pleasant does a great job of staying with Hurst, not giving up, coming in, getting the strip sack there. Big turnover for Buchanan. They've controlled the offensive line for most of the game, just have not been able to put the ball in the end zone.
Well, they've had long fields to traverse early in the game. They have a short field here, so let's see if that plays to the Bucks' benefit here. 1st and 10 from the Shamrock 40. The pitch to Carson Deming. And Deming is hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down. And mama, there's that man again, Carson Tripp.
Be looking to buy or sell a home? McInnes Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran owned, they proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McInnesRealty.com.
Berrien Springs only averaging giving up 90 yards on the ground per game all season, but Buchanan already with 104 here in the first half. It's an end around to Brody Reed. He's got some space. He's going to outrun Lewis Rome to the corner, and Rome finally brings him down after a first down at the 25. A first down sponsored by Buchanan Schools.
Really nice play call there. A little misdirection. Get the defense going one way, have them over pursuit, get the blocking, follow the blocking. Great job of getting that ball upfield and get that Buchanan Schools first down.
That is Reed's seventh carry of the season. And 3 times he's taken it to the house, and probably without the speed of Lewis Rome, he would have picked up a lot more on that one. 1st and 10 at the 25. And whistle and a flag, and Mark Fry again upset at his team.
They did a little shift there where they had the whole backfield shift over and did like a wildcat snap. I don't think somebody did not get set in time.
Well, one thing Ben Iliff said during the week, he said again before the game tonight, there is always some trickery from Buchanan that you have to be ready for. They are going to throw some things at you that you haven't seen, and you have to be ready for it. 1st and 15. Good to see Owen Thompson back in the game at tight end. They run to the right with Cornelius. He couldn't quite break the tackle, and he's brought down after a pickup of 5. It was Solomon Miller hanging on for the tackle, and you're going to meet him at halftime, one of our Tony Letcher student-athletes of the week.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institute of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their unique Elevate tool to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Down to 4 minutes and counting here in the first half. Unbalanced line to the left, and that's where Carson Deming and the Bucks are running. But Deming is brought down in the backfield. Nice tackle by Matt Ferry, who wrapped him up by the shirt and brought him down for a loss of 4.
Really great job by the Shamrock defense, not allowing Buchanan really to get any corner leverage and really pick up a lot of space and pick up big yardage gains. Here you can see a great job of holding that corner, forcing them out, and there's the recovery right there.
So now a 3rd and 14 here for the Bucks at the Berrien Springs 29. They got to the red zone once here in the first half, couldn't cash it in. It's Cornelius on the end around. He cuts inside the block and is brought down on a wonderful tackle by Rome at the 21-yard line. Boy, Lewis Rome, when he gets to you, he's not a real big guy, but he's got so much velocity going, it really works to his favor.
Yeah, he does a really good job of getting out there and wrapping up as well.
So it'll be a 4th and 5 here for Buchanan. 2:40 to go in the first half. And a big play coming right here for the Bucks. Cornelius has been the regular ball carrier out of this set, but it's Zeiger looking to throw. He fires a dart, has his man. That's a first down sponsored by Buchanan Schools. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Owen Thompson, the tight end, with a big catch.
Big 4th down pickup there for Buchanan, keeping this drive alive, giving them hope here to get a score right before half. And remember, they deferred to the second half.
Thompson, another one of our student athletes that you'll meet at halftime on our Tony Letcher Health Markets feature. 1st and goal. 2:17 to go in the first half. Empty backfield this time for Buchanan. Will it stay empty? Nope. They're going to bring an end around here with R.J. Scoggin, and Scoggin can't turn the corner. Sincere Crowley, the outside linebacker, gets out there to bring him down.
And we talk about running north and south. That time he should have ran north on this field.
It is a north-south field here at Sylvester Stadium, but a little too much east-west that time by Scoggin. It sets up a 2nd and goal for the 10. They bring Reed over to the near side, but they pitch to Cornelius trying to get around the outside, and that's not going to happen. Slammed down by the defensive end, JoJo Jennings.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreational experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
Big 3rd and 13 here for Buchanan. Mark Fry, I think, is going to take a timeout here. He will. We will as well. A minute to go exactly here in the first half. Buchanan knocking on the door, trailing 6-0. The timeout, sponsored by Town Hall Pizza on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tony Lelcher and Health Markets. The right coverage at the right price. We go downstairs. Angelo DiCarlo with the Patrick Sideline Report.
You know, Chuck, it's been interesting roaming both sidelines to see how both sidelines take on the demeanor of their head coach. On the Berrien Spring sideline, it's a little bit more intense. On the Buchanan sideline, more laid back, taking on the personality of Coach Fry. But, of course, there are those tense moments like right now when it's 3rd and 13.
Lucas Zeiger backs up in the pocket. Now he's going to run for it. The big fella on the move, carrying tacklers towards the end zone. Did he get in? No signal. They're going to say he's down at the 1. It'll be 4th and goal.
Zeiger, the ball carrier.
Wow, looked like he got all the way up to the line. Not sure if they didn't see him cross the line because of the angle. Here, we're going to see a great angle on our Frame Products replay. Got up. Yeah, he is short, definitely, for sure.
They did a great job of getting in there and stifling him. Steven Vasquez among the group that got in there to stop him at the goal line. So here we go. You got a big 215-pound former offensive lineman at quarterback. Do you let him take the ball in right here?
Jumped off sides.
Berrien Springs jumps. I don't think that changes the play call. It's half the distance to the goal line. It's about 6 inches.
Well, they need to get over there because I believe the play clock will continue to run. We're down to 13 seconds.
I think Mark Fry has one timeout left.
At the Shamrocks goal line.
4th and inches. You can hear the fans making noise. And now Mark Fry wants to use that last timeout with 11 seconds left to go here in the half.
Their 3rd and final timeout of the first half.
I'd be stunned that he wanted shotgun there.
Yeah, I know. When they shifted out of the shotgun in that situation, I saw him running in the corner of my eye like a dart coming on the field. Ready to call that timeout. I mean, when, like you said, you got 6 foot, 215-pound quarterback, former offensive lineman, all-region offensive lineman, D tackle. Yeah, let him just take it right up the middle.
Hey, he's a grand champion poultry farmer. I mean, he's got the champion turkey from over here at the Berrien County Youth Fair just down the road in August. Let the big fella eat. Zeiger in behind center. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Buchanan.
Target of the ball carrier into the end zone for Buchanan.
Jesse Baber, the big center, 5'8", 235, helped move the pile as you'll get another look from Frame Products, and Buchanan will go for 2.
Great job of getting his second push. They had him stopped at first, but he kept his legs driving and got to the corner there and got across the goal line.
For Zeiger, just his second touchdown of the season. And now the Bucks will go for 2. Remember, this is a team that really doesn't have a place kicker.
Buchanan will tip.
So let's see what Mark Fry tries here. With 7 seconds left in the first half. Looks like they might go Wildcat. They do with Cornelius. He had Zeiger out in front. The throw to the end zone. Caught! Brody Reed off the deflection.
He was trying to go to Zeiger, and it got tipped by the defender right into his own teammates' hands in the back of the end zone.
What a wild play here. This might qualify for our Big C Lumber play of the game. Take another look from the Wildcat. Cornelius, as Bo said, looking for Zeiger. It gets tipped by Lewis Rome, and there's Brody Reed just taking a little saunter in the park.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we playing that all along. 8-6 lead for Buchanan.
Good ball game here at Sylvester Stadium tonight.
We'll score for you.
Reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll
0 in the second quarter.
have our Tony Letcher Health Market student athletes. We'll also have some features here from Berrien Springs. We'll take a look at our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights. And we will also make sure that you get updated around the area with the McKinnis Realty Around the Area football scoreboard.
It'll be interesting to see what they do on this kickoff because of the speed and talent that Berrien Springs had. I mean, they could score on the kickoff. They could run this thing back very easily with the speed they have.
The opening kickoff nearly did get returned by Trayvon Williams.
Kicking off for the Bucks.
So we will see right here.
Back deep to receive the kick for the Shamrocks. Number 4, Walter Williams.
Ethan Frame does the kicking for Buchanan. And they'll squib it like an onside kick, and that'll keep Berrien Springs from being able to return it. They do have 5 seconds left here in the half with the ball at their own 41.
5 seconds left and a lot of speed, and Hurst does have an arm. He can get it probably close to that end zone.
Number 19, E.J. Walker.
If you can protect them, because Buchanan has been bringing the house. Now it looks like Buchanan, the way they're coming out on the field, might line up in a bit of a prevent defense here.
Keep your eye on Pleasant on this play, especially if they go
41-yard line.
4 or 5 wide receivers. Now they're just going to take a knee and go into the locker room.
So as advertised, Buchanan and Berrien Springs, these longtime rivals, fighting tooth and nail here at Sylvester Stadium. And like last year's game, Buchanan has the lead at the intermission. The Bucks led 6-3 at the half last season. They have an 8-6 advantage as they get ready to go to the locker room here at halftime. And we take it downstairs to Angelo DiCarlo, who has Mark Fry for a Patrick Sideline report.
Well, Coach, couldn't get many points on the board. Then you finally get it there at the end. Your thoughts in the first half?
Just got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot right now. We're making a lot of penalties when we don't need to do that, and we can make the ball move after that.
How big was that, getting that ball in there, and the way your guys were able to fight and establish that offensive line and get that ball across?
Yeah, that's huge. We're going to keep doing it the second half. You know, our guys are really fighting, and we're really proud of them right now.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All
right, back upstairs to you guys.
Thank you, Anj. Stick around, everybody. We've got a lot to talk about the half. We'll start it off with our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. There have been some dynamic passes here in the first half. Braylon Hurst found Walter Williams. Williams came up with an interception, but In the end, a big fumble here by Berrien Springs helps Buchanan take an 8-6 lead at the locker room on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it is time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week at halftime of Buchanan versus Berrien Springs in our Sports Michiana Game of the Week. We are joined by two linemen from their respective football teams. We have Owen Thompson, a senior at Buchanan, along with Solomon Miller, a junior at Berrien Springs. We'll start with Owen, who is a member of the football team, basketball team, and track team. He's ranked 24th in the senior class at Buchanan. How do you balance everything?
I kind of work hard. I gotta like kind of just work at everything. I gotta focus on one thing at a time. I can't really focus on all three. If I'm focused on all three, then I'll kind of get out of the right mindset. And if I just focus on each one, then I'll be able to focus on each one and perform in each one.
You spend half your day at the School to Career program at Frame Products in Buchanan. Tell us a little bit about that experience and what that's been like for you.
It's actually a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning about how these machines work and how a business would function. Like, I know Jeremy Frame has been talking to me about how he would run a business and how he functions and everything, and it's a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot, and it's just an entirely different experience that I get to experience.
How cool is it that your school offers those types of opportunities?
I think it's an amazing opportunity that I get to do and that everyone gets to do at Buchanan, because there's so many different things you can do after high school, and this is just a great way to experience something, an easy way to experience it and learn about it.
What does being a Buchanan Buck mean to you?
It means a lot to me. Buchanan is a team that's expected to win, and that's pretty honorable, pretty cool experience, because I'm not used to that from where I used to grow up, and I just think that's an honor. Like, I'm not used to being a team that usually wins, and I think it's cool to be expected to win.
Owen, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Solomon Miller is a junior at Berrien Springs, a member of the football team, wrestling team, and track. How do you balance everything, being a three-sport athlete as well, and obviously got to get your grades in order too?
I mainly focus my mind on certain things, like trying to stay focused, trying to maintaining focus, making sure I have the necessary things to absolutely get the stuff that I need done. And with sports, I try to go as hard as I possibly can and really determine myself to finishing my work ethic and really completing the stuff that I need.
Well, let's talk about that. Your coaches described you as having a great work ethic. You show great hustle, and you have a motor that never stops. Where does that come from?
It really comes from deep inside me, where I as I've grown up, I was a heavier child growing up, and I didn't really enjoy that kind of life, and for my part, so I decided to take that in my hands and change it. And I believe, hopefully, I can help other people achieve that as well.
How did you do that?
A lot of determination and a lot of support from my family and my other family, Berrien Springs.
That's awesome to hear. Well, congratulations on that journey that you've been on. You mentioned your other family, Berrien Springs. What does being a Berrien Springs Shamrock mean to you?
Amazing. It's really like a whole nother lifestyle for me. As growing up, I've been going here my entire life, so it's kind of like another me as I walk through these halls and show my pride for the school.
Solomon, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Owen, congratulations one more time.
Thank you.
Owen Thompson, Solomon Miller, our Tony Letcher Student Athletes of the Week. It is the Sports Michiana High School football game of the week. Buchanan and Berrien Springs, we're at halftime. We'll have your halftime highlights and your thoughts from the first half right after this. You're watching Sports Michiana.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
What have you been doing?
Looking for a new internet provider.
You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees and price lock for life.
Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh!
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection. Sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now.
All set.
Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Patrick. They're empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Beautiful night here at Sylvester Stadium. That is Zion Ellis. She is the homecoming queen for Berrien Springs here in 2025. Walter Williams from the football team was crowned the king earlier today. Speaking of the homecoming king eternally, Bo Hunt joins me here in the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. High above the fray. Thoughts on the first half?
Very explosive first quarter for Berrien Springs, and then Buchanan kind of just shut them down defensively, I think. The biggest thing, I think, is just penalties. Both teams have been a little sloppy with the penalties. Looked for both teams to really clean that up in the second half, and they'll have a great game.
Let's show you how it got to be this way with our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights. Braylon Hurst started off firing. Here's E.J. Walker going for a first down, and then they get down the field. Walter Williams with a beautiful catch here, and it'll be Williams making the touchdown reception as well as Berrien Springs scores on the opening possession to make it 6-0. But back comes Buchanan. Max Cornelius takes the pitch and around the corner for a big run here for a first down. Actually, that's Carson Deming, my fault. And then Walter Williams with the interception here to quelch the Buchanan drive. But Buchanan's defense started to step up. Jamison Pleasant had a huge first half. Speaking of defense, how about Walter Williams with the torpedo tackle there? Then a wild play as Steven Vasquez is able to make the catch on the Hurst pass, pick up 25 yards. But Hurst is stripped of the ball here by Pleasant. Tate Figge on the fumble recovery. And that's when Brody Reed cuts it inside for a first down here. Lucas Zeiger, he'd get it close to the end zone on this play. They said, you're big enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, people like you, take it on in for the score. But they still needed the 2-point conversion to get the lead. Direct snap to Max Cornelius. Ball tipped right into the hands of Brody Reed. That's how Buchanan is up in this game by a count of 8-6. Well, plenty of stuff going on here at Sylvester Stadium at the half. You probably heard the Berrien Springs Shamrock Band in the background. But we're not far from basketball season. Let's go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline report with Angelo.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Here with Craig Blasco, the head coach of the boys basketball team here at Berrien Springs, entering his 6th season. Well, first, let's start with the obvious. You lose a generational talent in J.J. Frakes from last year. He's off to Oregon. How awesome of an experience was it to be able to coach him and now see him go off to Oregon?
Well, you hit it the nail on the head there. It was awesome. I mean, the things he did, just athletically getting off the ground. Dunks were just commonplace. I mean, he came out here in the spring and high jumped 6'7", just treating it like it was a reverse dunk. Very fortunate to coach him, and those are 2 special years for us.
And how is he adjusting to life out in Eugene?
Yeah, he loves it out there. I talked with his dad and just today, and he's doing great. He put on 10 pounds of muscle, which he needed, so he's playing with the big boys now and working hard every day in skills workouts and doing well in school.
You use him, but you also 5 other seniors on a team that went 17-5. What's your kind of outlook now as you guys go into a new season here, not that far away?
I'm pretty positive about it. We had a really good summer, a lot of participation. We did well. The guys got to know each other. We just have one starter coming back, Brady Blasco. He's our point guard. He's been a 3-year starter for us, an all-conference player for 3 years. But the other guys that we have coming up, they got minutes last year. I'm sure not as many as they would, but we had 6 seniors total. And but I'm really optimistic about it and positive about it. The kids are working hard. They're in here. The kids that aren't doing a fall sport are in the weight room, in the gym doing skills workouts. So it's a hungry bunch.
You notice that is his son, and his youngest son is also joining the team as a freshman. What's going to be like to coach 2 of your sons on the team this year?
Well, it'll kind of be like deja vu. Actually, because 3 years ago when Brady was a freshman, my oldest son Cole was a senior, and they were both on the team, and they both started, and they both were all conference players. So I treat them as just another player on the team. And I always tell them they gotta work a lot harder than others, and to make sure that it's obvious that they need to be out there and should be out there. And so Kellen has done a nice job. He's probably about 6'4", 6'5" freshman with a good skill set for the outside game and also learning to play inside too. It'll be fun coaching both of them.
Speaking of Cole, he's down at IUSB playing, which is where you played. How neat was that? Just, him figuring out, hey, not only do I want to continue playing, but Dad, I want to go where you play.
Yeah, that's also pretty cool. This is his third year down there, and he was pretty good at football too. He had some good football opportunities, but basketball's in his heart, and he wanted to go down there and play. So he's happy down there. He's had a good experience, and he's made some good friends, and hopefully they'll have another good season this year.
Coach, we got people from all over Michiana tuning in, watching here tonight. This school's only 550 students, but you hear that band. They got over 100 in the band here. The great atmosphere here. Take us through the experience of what it's like to be at Berrien Springs.
Well, it's a great community. It's very positive and supportive of the arts as well as athletics. And you can see by our new field house over here, the AEC. This is 4 years old here. Phenomenal complex, phenomenal basketball court and weight room, and then also the auditorium for the band and choir. Yes, we're pretty blessed here in the community with all the things they do for us.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck this season.
All right, thanks, Angelo. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That's Craig Glasgow, the head coach of the Berrien Springs boys basketball team. Chuck and Bo, back upstairs to you.
All right, thank you very much, Anj. It's time now for the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. We'll start you off in the state of Michigan. Dowagiac with an early 8-0 lead on Brandywine. A couple of surprises in here, though, Bo. Otsego leads Edwardsburg 20-14 late in the first half. St. Joseph struggling with Lakeshore tonight. It's 21-14 in the War by the Shore at halftime. Niles not struggling. They lead Sturgis 35-0 at the break. Three Rivers and Vicksburg are tied at 21 at the half, and Martin with a 40-0 lead on Eau Claire at the half. Back in the state of Indiana, Tippy Valley with a 10-0 lead on Jimtown at halftime in the Indiana Northern State Conference, I should say. John Glenn on top of Bremen, 14-7 at the half. Washington leads Marion, 14-7 in the second.
Very surprising. I mean, it's one of those things. We looked at the poll, you put it out there, and 20% voted for Washington to win that game, and those people are looking right now.
Riley on top of New Prairie, 12-7 in the second. North Miami and Winnemac are tied 14-14 in the second. Concord not showing any signs of letdown after last week. They lead Northwood 24-6 second quarter. Rochester on top of Peru 22-0 at the half. Penn all over Adams at homecoming 35-7 in the second. St. Joe with a 21-7 lead on Elkhart at the half.
St. Joe with quite a few players out in this game as well, some starters, and to lead Elkhart 21-7 at half, St. Joe's pretty good. They're the real deal.
Warsaw leads Plymouth 21-0 at the half. Goshen on top of Wawasee 18-0 in the second. That is the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. When we return to Sylvester Stadium, we'll have second half play-by-play. Buchanan leads Berrien Springs 8-6. This has been the Ferret Custom Roll Forming halftime report.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low, I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. The sideline report, the sideline conversation with Ben Iliff and Angelo DiCarlo was far from endless. Let's go downstairs for a Patrick sideline report. Here's Ange.
Yeah, I talked to Coach here briefly heading into the second half, and he said, you know, we gotta play better. And I said, is that pretty much the message you deliver to your team? He goes, stop shooting yourselves in the foot and play better. And that was the end of the conversation, because you could tell it's as simple as that, right? They had their opportunities in that first half. They controlled a lot of the tempo, but they are trailing here at halftime because of a lot of those penalties they had in that first half, and he wasn't pleased. And I think if they can clean it up, he'll feel pretty good at the end of this second half, if they can clean things up and play a much better and cleaner second half.
All right, thank you, Ange. And Bo, I would say that this first possession of the second half for both teams, pivotal.
Yeah, I mean, there was very limited possessions in that first half for both teams. I mean, each team, I think, had 3 full possessions, and that was it. And I think the biggest thing is making sure that you get off to a good start here in the third quarter, especially for Buchanan.
Ball caroms off a Buck kickoff return man, but Buchanan still is able to return it back to about the 29-yard line. Jontel Williams-Bruton on the return that time. And so Buchanan will have it 1st and 10 from the 29. They were very physical. I thought they were probably the more physical team in the first half. Let's see if they can carry that out as the game goes along.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, last year is 6-3 going into the fourth quarter. And Berrien Springs has weapons, and they can be very explosive and put up 4 touchdowns in that fourth quarter last year. And they're very capable of doing that again this year.
Buchanan ran for 135 yards in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground here, and R.J. Skocking goes nowhere. Maybe a pickup of 1 on the play. The defensive line, particularly Carson Tripp, has been phenomenal for Berrien Springs tonight.
For the Shamrocks, number 72.
Sincere Crowley was in on the stop as well that time.
Gain of 1 on a play will make it 2nd and 9 for the Bucks at their own 30-yard line.
2nd and 9 from the 30 for Buchanan, which has utilized the full house backfield for much of the night. The pitch here to Max Cornelius. He tries to get around the outside, and a pretty good job by Berrien Springs to string it out, but then Cornelius, battling for yardage at the end of the play, picked up 5.
Yeah, great job by the Shamrocks by stringing it out and really eliminating how much yardage you could pick up, because I tell you what, there at the end, Cornelius did a heck of a job picking up those last 4 or 5 yards on that play.
But it makes it manageable now on third down for Buchanan. It's 3rd and 4. Carson Deming and Max Cornelius, the backs in the backfield. It's Cornelius trying to go up the middle, and Calvin White stops him after a pickup of 2. 4th down and 2, and decision time now for Mark Fry.
Our instant replays tonight brought to you by Frame Products. They're a high-precision CNC machining facility in Buchanan. They are family-owned and proud to support the Buchanan Bucks. Frame Products is committed to producing high-precision CNC machine parts with on-time delivery. Learn more at frameproductsinc.com.
You got a former offensive tackle in the backfield. Are you thinking perhaps you go to the Wildcat here and use Zeiger as an extra blocker?
It looks like they're going to put, nice
little Statue
play.
of Liberty to Carson Deming, but we've got a flag thrown, and it's a false start against Buchanan. 5 huge yards.
Again, talked about those plays. That's the second time they tried to do a little bit of a trick play, and they've had a false start both times they've tried to run those plays.
And now you got to put the punt unit out there.
32-yard line.
And Ethan Frame has been a little bit inconsistent in his kicking tonight.
Number 89, Ethan Frame.
Bronson Wiley, the deep man for Berrien Springs.
Back to receive the kick for the Shamrocks, number 3, Bronson Wiley.
Frame shanked one off the side of his foot on his first kick tonight. No pressure coming from the Rocks, and this time Frame with an end-over-end kick that will take a Buchanan roll, and will it ever. Inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. That's a 46-yard pump with no return. And now Berrien Springs gets the ball back down by 2.
Great punt. Great job of punting it away from the receiver there, getting a good roll. Kind of flipping fields for Buchanan here.
Berrien Springs coming into this game with a record of 3-0. Their victories this season over Kalamazoo United, who has been a long-time nemesis, Otsego, and Parchment. This by far the toughest game on their schedule so far, and next week they have to turn around and play a very good Dowagiac team in Lakeland Conference action as well. Braylon Hurst at quarterback, looking to throw, unleaves it, and it's Walter Williams unable to hang on. Maybe broken up by Carson Deming.
Underthrown just a tad, but you talk about some speed on the outside.
You know, second
a lot of times you talk about not being able to outrun the quarterback's arm. Well, I tell you what, Williams cannot run his arm. Wow.
Not exactly sure why Hurst didn't set his feet there to get rid of the ball, although Buchanan has been bringing a lot of pressure tonight, and maybe that's in his head a bit.
They did have a little bit of pressure, but not a whole lot, enough to make him sit on his back foot on that one. He could have stepped into that and got it down. Here they're lining up, and they'll call a timeout.
Timeout sponsored by Town Hall Pizza. 9:19 to go, third quarter. 8-6 Bucks on Sports Michiana.
Sponsors again for Shamrock.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place. 8-6, Buchanan leads it with 9:19 to go in the third. Berrien Springs 2nd and 10 on its own 21-yard line. Braylon Hurst, the quarterback, keeps it himself, tries to cut to the inside, and a flag comes in as Hurst goes down. Tackled that time by Elijah Camille McLeod.
Big thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with the Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Another penalty against Berrien Springs, this one a holding call. That is now 9 penalties for 60 yards against the Shamrocks tonight. And they will look at a 2nd and 16 from their own 15.
Looks like Buchanan's double teaming Williams now. Getting one guy, still ran a great route and was wide open.
Hurst overthrew him a little bit. It'll be 3rd down.
They got a guy up jamming him at the line of scrimmage, and then a guy over the top as well to keep him from going deep. So made a little bit of adjustment. I noticed it on the last, right before they called timeout, they took Pleasant and putting Pleasant out there to try to jam him at the line, and then they switched it up. And here you can see again, they have double coverage on Williams on this play.
Hurst 5-11 throwing tonight. He has thrown for 94 yards. He's looking for a lot more here, but he overthrew his man. They had an opening, but Steven Vasquez made a diving attempt and couldn't quite haul it in.
The Shamrock Athletic Boosters support the Berrien Springs football team in many ways, including new water jugs, food for the kickoff team picnic, and at the end of the year picnic, backpacks for the seniors with their names stitched on them. A big thank you to the Shamrock Athletic Boosters.
4th down and a punting situation here. And again, Hurst and Rome line up side by side in the backfield for Berrien Springs. Bit of a high snap. Hurst with a rugby-style kick. Brody Reed, he fumbles it, but Buchanan is able to pounce on it. The defender wanted to take Reed out on the play. He did that. Reed is still down on the field as his helmet came off from the hit, but Buchanan recovered the fumble.
That is a very, very dangerous play by Reed coming up, trying to field that on the bounce. Here you can see on the Frame Products instant replay, kind of gets him on the short hop, and he slips. Right when he slips, that's when he gets drilled. He actually takes his own helmet off there at the end, which didn't get knocked off.
Kalen Tate had the hit for Berrien Springs. Reed is still down, so we'll take a break. 8:41 to go in the 3rd. 8-6 Buchanan on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Drove 47-yard line.
Brody Reed was able to leave the field under his own power. That's good news. 8:41 to go here in the 3rd. 8-6 Buchanan. Bucks with the ball at their own 47, 1st and 10. Max Cornelius, nowhere to go. In fact, Calvin White made sure he was going backwards at the end.
Made by number 32.
A little different set for Buchanan, trying to mix things up with their sets, offensive sets that is.
Looking on the play.
They do a really good job of making teams prepare for the different type of offenses that they throw. Yes, they do a lot of running, but it's so many different sets that they have.
Mark Fry grew up in a football family. His grandfather, Phil Teagarden, the legendary Indiana Football Hall of Famer who passed away this summer. On 2nd down, it's going to be Zeiger himself on the carry and Sincere Crowley among the people that meet him after a pickup of 1.
Tackle made by number 17.
Just the 3rd carry for Lucas Zeiger tonight.
Chips and Doodles is a family-owned and operated small batch local bakery. Their delicious cookies are baked in a commercial kitchen and made with that real vanilla and butter. Delivery is available, as is pickup near downtown South Bend. Learn more at chipsanddoodles.com.
Looking at a 3rd and 9 here for Buchanan. Carson Deming split way to the left. Zeiger to throw. He's rolling right. He throws. It's almost intercepted. The pressure from Tripp and the near interception from Sincere Crowley.
Yeah, he's very lucky on that play right there. He was rolling out, was losing footing, was still trying to get that ball away. And every time you try to do that, you're going to have that type of pass right there.
So it has settled into a defensive game now here at Sylvester Stadium. And again, Ethan Frame will line up in pump formation. Again, Bronson Wiley will be the deep man for Berrien Springs.
Very interesting. Zeiger is actually the long snapper as well for this.
You talk about a versatile player. Quarterback, defensive tackle, and long snapper. Frame with a nice kick here. It'll take a good roll. Inside the 10, inside the 5. Deming downs it at the 2. So Frame with a 49-yard kick with no return, and sometimes it's better if it's not a work of art.
Well, what a great job of getting that ball down the field. And biggest thing is the defenders getting down there and downing that ball in the 2-yard line, backing Berrien Springs up and making them very difficult for their offense to even function back here.
It'll be curious to see if Berrien Springs, they've been very aggressive coming out with the passing game. Will they stay with that, or will they decide to try to run the football here? They've only had 8 rushing attempts in the game tonight.
Yeah, they've done a lot of deep passes here in the start to second half, and looks like they're going to just try to get out of the end zone here.
Hurst lined up under center.
Oh.
And that's a safety. Buchanan gets to him in the end zone, and he threw it backwards, and it's a safety by the Buchanan defense, their second of the season.
It looks like it was a misplay by the running backs. He goes to hand it off, and nobody's there. Turns and looks. Nobody's there.
Calvin White went to the other side, and so the safety by the Buchanan defense, that's a big play because it takes away the field goal beating you. Now Buchanan is up by 4 at 10-6.
Buchanan gets the ball back here for the free kick being done by Berrien Springs.
The scoring for Buchanan, sponsored by Buchanan Scarecrow Charities. Reminder, they've got 200 scarecrows distributed around the Buchanan area, each sponsored by a local business. The funds used to benefit groups such as the Arts Center, Shop with a Cop, the Senior Center, and even new equipment for the football team. So thank you to the Buchanan Scarecrow Charities for what you do.
Get out there and find those scarecrows.
A little tougher to do these days in Buchanan with the construction going on. But you know what? Park your car, go for a walk, see how many scarecrows you can find.
Reminds me of down in Georgia, down near St. Simon's Island, or actually on St. Simon's Island, they have the tree spirits. And they have tree faces carved in different trees and faces carved in different trees. And you go around the island looking for these different tree spirits and stuff. And very, very neat thing that Buchanan does with those scarecrows.
Has anyone tried to carve your face into a tree?
No.
That's a shame.
Back deep to receive the kick for the Bucks, number 17, Max Cornelius.
Okay, a free kick here for Berrien Springs. It'll be done by Braylon Hurst. And Hurst with a high spinning kick. Cornelius will take it back at his 30. Max Cornelius up the middle of the field, diving forward to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 19. Well, one of the stalwarts tonight for Berrien Springs, we've called his name so often tonight, is Carson Tripp. And Bo, he has had himself a whale of a night. We don't feature a lot of defensive ends and replay packages, but he's just been a stalwart. We've been calling his name constantly.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is he's been double-teamed most of the night. A lot of guys are trying to get up. They're trying to get on him, get him out, but he's done a great job of getting away from those double teams, splitting them, getting up the field, holding his ground, and not letting much get right at him.
Let's see if Buchanan tries to run away from Tripp, who's on the near side here. And flags thrown and a false start against Buchanan.
False start against Buchanan.
That's 8 penalties on the Bucks tonight.
Coastline Realty Group in Berrien Springs consists of local, hometown folks whose families have served our communities for decades. They know all the ins and outs of buying and selling in Berrien County and beyond. Learn more at coastlinerealtygroup.net. Go Shamrocks.
1st and 15 now for Buchanan at its own 43. The Bucks with a shift. Direct snap to Cornelius. And Cornelius scorched 3 from the pack, and he's got a first down, sponsored by the Buchanan Schools, taking it all the way to the Shamrock 33.
Always talk about a high motor kid, and Cornelius definitely has a high motor. Here you can see, great job, direct snap to him, comes up. I mean, he's got a lot of pressure, a lot of guys, but he just keeps driving those legs, keeps plugging away. Big first down, sponsored by Buchanan Schools.
The third 100-yard game of the season for Max Cornelius, who has to be playing with a heavy heart this year. His mom passed away back in January. But he is playing at a high level, and he takes another direct snap here. They use Zeiger as a blocker, but Matt Ferry comes in with a tackle from behind. Ferry, who also plays baseball, basketball, and golf here at Berrien Springs, tees one up right there for a loss of 1.
Hey, tires matter, and they're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
2nd and 11 for Buchanan. Double reverse, not a flea flicker. Deming can't get around the outside. Crowley chases him down at the 44.
Might have been better to give it back to Zeiger on that play. Get a lot of pursuit. 3 guys on him. Here you can see on the frame products instant replay. Shamrock did a great job of really holding their ground, not over pursuing on that. Great job by Berrien Springs.
Update in the Lakeland Conference. Dowagiac all over Brandywine tonight, 62-0 as they go to the 4th at Chris Taylor Alumni Field. Dowagiac faces Berrien Springs next week.
Talk about these two, and Dowagiac being the 3 teams vying for that conference title, 3 main ones anyways.
Zeiger heaves it down the field on 3rd and 21, and it's dropped. Steven Vasquez wishes he had the interception, but doesn't.
Buchanan Community Schools, dedicated staff, strong academics, and meaningful opportunities with hands-on experience in labs, classrooms, and the community. Students gain the skills and confidence to thrive. Learn more at buchananschools.com.
So 4th down now for Buchanan. Another shot at it here. But they're going to bring out the punter, Ethan Frame, try to pin Berrien Springs deep in its own territory again.
For the Shamrocks, number 3, Bronson Wiley.
Frame steps into this one, another end-over-end kick, and Buchanan down there for coverage, and he'll pin him again inside the 10 at the 7.
Frame's punt is down.
Just a really good job by Buchanan controlling the line of scrimmage tonight and controlling the field position. I mean, especially here in the second half, but they did it quite well in the first half as well.
The problem, though, when you play a team like Berrien Springs is they're so explosive, you're only one big play away from trailing again.
Yep.
Hey, guys, have we ever had a punter as our Reliance player of the game? Because he's pinned them back inside the 10 twice, and I guess you got to give him credit for the safety on the last drive.
Well, you could certainly do that. That was Anj, by the way, with the Patrick sideline report. Here's a handoff to Calvin White, and there's no running room there as the Buchanan defense stiffens right in the middle of it. Buchanan has done a marvelous job of shutting down White, who had a pair of 100-yard games this year. He's only had 3 carries, and there's an injured Shamrock down on the field. So we'll take a timeout. 4:25 to go in the 3rd. Timeout sponsored by Town Hall Pizza. Back with more after this on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products. personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. Calvin White was the injured player. He is walking slowly off the field right now, but under his own power, and hopefully he'll be able to return to this contest. Berrien Springs will be looking at a 2nd and 9 at its own 8-yard line. While we've got a moment, couple scores from Michigan. Edwardsburg has rallied and now leads Otsego 29-20 in the fourth. And the War on the Shore living up to the billing over at Dickinson Stadium, where St. Joseph leads Lakeshore 21-14. That game is in the fourth quarter. Here it is 8-6 in favor of, 10-6 in favor of Buchanan after the safety they had here in the third quarter. Braylon Hurst of Berrien Springs fires. Walter Williams makes the catch. It's a first down, sponsored by the Shamrock Athletic Boosters, all the way up to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 21.
Well, you just talked about big plays right there, another big plays. They can pick up chunks of yardage in short period of time.
To me, Williams could be the big difference maker in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been really the difference maker in the first quarter for Berrien Springs, and he definitely could be the difference maker here in the second half.
3 catches for 44 yards tonight. Hurst keeps it himself, gets to the outside, but has no room to run. Great containment by the Buchanan defense. Brody Reed was out there to bring him down after a pickup of 2.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Berrien Springs averages 220 yards a game on the ground. They have 12 yards rushing tonight. That is one of the big stories in this game. Second down. Hurst lobs it over the head of Walter Williams, and it's incomplete. It'll be third down.
Again, trying to look for Williams, trying to get the ball in his hands. Playmaker for Berrien Springs just wasn't able to connect with him. A little overthrown on his head.
Mark Fry looking on from the Buchanan sideline. Fry in his 7th season. He's an Elkhart Memorial and Hanover grad. Was an assistant at the collegiate level at Ohio Northern and then again at Concord High School before getting the head coaching job at Buchanan. You look at Braylon Hurst there in the backfield for the Shamrocks. Blitz coming. Jamison Pleasant in pursuit, but Hurst eludes and fires. Wow. And there's Walter Williams, and he'll step out of bounds at the 42. 26-yard pickup and a first down, sponsored by the Shamrock Athletic Boosters.
There's your Frame Products replay. Just great job by Hurst getting outside, and look how well he threw that ball on the throw. I mean, to be on the rollout, to be rolling towards your right, yes, it's an easier throw than throwing backside, but to be able to lead the receiver perfectly in stride like he did for Williams there, just a great job.
Those were the kind of things that really stood out when I watched his film, and one of the reasons why I think he could in the future be a Division I quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, just a sophomore again, very young.
8 for 15 for 141 yards.
Flag on a play.
And there's another flag on Berrien Springs for a delay of game. 11 penalties now on the Shamrocks.
at the Buchanan 48-yard line.
Coach talked about it at halftime as he was walking off, talked about it before the game, talked about some of their focus. You got to have focus, and false starts are lack of focus. Oh, great run by Hurst.
Braylon Hurst up the middle. Braylon Hurst to the house. Touchdown, Berrien Springs. Flag on the play, though, and this one is coming back.
Wow.
Another penalty against Berrien Springs.
And that was way downfield. Wasn't even close to the line of scrimmage, almost 10 yards downfield. What I really liked about that play was Hurst reading that play, because I do not believe that was a quarterback run from the get. He dropped back, read it quickly, and was gone up the middle. And just did a great job of exploding up the middle. Here you can see on the Frame Products replay, even though it wasn't a touchdown, I mean, he was gone up the middle.
There's the hold, though.
Yep, did pull a jersey and did pull it down. Yep. Now, it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of that foul.
So it winds up only being a 2-yard penalty, but it takes points off the board.
Well, actually, it was a 3-yard gain because they had lost 5 yards on the previous from the false start.
Hurst with a quick kick. And this will pin Buchanan back at its own 20. And Hurst, that was a first down play. Ben Iliff is beside himself on the Shamrocks sidelines. That was a first down play, and Berrien Springs punts it away.
Hey, if you love a good crab ragoon appetizer, don't miss this month's specialty pizza at Town Hall Pizza in Berrien Springs, the Tiki Ragoon. Yes, it's strange in concept, but yet amazingly delicious.
Perfect for that quick kick.
Our crew tried it tonight, and they loved it. Thank you from Town Hall Pizza.
Yeah, I've watched enough Bears teams where I thought they should quick kick it on first down, but I've never seen that.
I'm sure that was a miscommunication on the wristband.
1st and 10 at the 20. Cornelius still running and picks up another 6 yards on the carry.
I think the biggest thing is, I know we're still kind of dumbfounded on that, but I think this might be a wake-up call for Berrien Springs right here. After that play right there, I mean, you can't have any – yes, the penalties are embarrassing as a coach. You're like, man, these penalties are embarrassing. Kids don't quite see them, but a play like that might be a wake-up call for this Berrien Springs team to be like, all right, guys, we need to focus, we need to play our game, and we need to play up to our standards.
They didn't play last week. It's homecoming this week, and this was what Ben Iliff was worried about, was a loss of focus by his team. Meanwhile, about a 3-yard carry that time for Cornelius, his 21st carry of the night. And that'll set up a 3rd and 1 for Buchanan.
Sports Michiana apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops give you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
3rd and 1 for the Bucks after the gift quick kick from Berrien Springs. Handoff up the middle. Cornelius with a first down, sponsored by Buchanan Schools as he takes it to the 33, and they're just slamming it up the gut right now.
Yeah, and they're just trying to wear the Shamrock defense down, trying to sustain another drive. They would love nothing more than about an 8 or 9 minute drive here, go well into the 4th quarter, put another score on their board, and make it a 2-score game.
That's the key right now. 1-score game, Berrien Springs can get right back in it with one big play. Buchanan really needs to cash in this gift. 1st and 10 at the 33. Play clock down to 6. Carson Deming up the middle. Carson Deming in a foot race. Deming with Rome in pursuit, but Rome won't catch him. Carson Deming, touchdown. 67 yards, and there are no flags.
Big difference in this game. No flags on that play. Huge touchdowns for Buchanan to go up 2 scores here late in the 3rd quarter.
Deming burst through the middle, cut to the outside. Lewis Rome was in pursuit, but Deming, who's a pretty fair sprinter himself, the 100-meter champion of the Bridgman Invitational this season, And he takes it to the house from 63 yards out, and that may be our Big C Lumber play of the game.
Buchanan will attempt a 2-point conversion.
Buchanan will go for 2. They've done this all season. This time it's Lucas Zeiger from the shotgun, Cornelius next to him. And more flags.
Delay a game?
Yep.
Delay a game against the Bucks.
So now Mark Fry will probably change it. If it wasn't a pass play before, it probably is now.
I don't think we've had maybe one delay game the whole year so far, and I think we've had 3 in this game alone.
Each team now in double digits on penalties. Not the category where you want to be in double digits.
Would have bought my laundry if I knew that much laundry was going to be on the field tonight.
Zeiger under center. Rolls to his right. Looking. Dumps it towards Cornelius, and he is leveled by Matt Ferry. And that will do it for the 2-point conversion. But the Buchanan Bucks get a 63-yard touchdown from Carson Deming, and they take a 16-6 lead late in the third on Sports Michiana.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Farrett Custom Roll Forming, because we form value. 16-6 in favor of the Buchanan Bucks with 32 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Ethan Frame will kick it off for Buchanan. On the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard, Concord with a 38-20 lead on Northwood. Reese Brevard with 5 touchdowns so far tonight. And by the way, that's only in the third quarter.
Kicking off for the Bucks, be number 89, Ethan Frame.
And Goshen leads Wawasee 24-6 in the third quarter. Here's Frame on the approach. It's a squib kick. Still bouncing, and Berrien Springs finally recovers it at the 32 and brings it up to the 43. So good field position for the Shamrocks, and they have time in this game down by 10.
They have plenty of time to score 3, 4, even 5 touchdowns. I mean, how explosive they are. Biggest thing is they have to capitalize. Not necessarily this drive, but if they don't capitalize here, they have to stop Buchanan on the next drive if they do not score here.
They scored 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter last year against Buchanan, so very capable of doing that. Braylon Hurst at quarterback, stepping up. Hit as he throws, and the ball teeters out of his hands. Lucas Zeiger, the defensive tackle, not Lucas Zeiger, the quarterback, same guy, comes up with a hit.
Just a great job of really coming in, putting the pressure on Hurts. Here you can see he's going to step up into the pocket. It just doesn't see Zeiger there. Zeiger did a great job of knocking that ball down, and good defensive play by Buchanan Bucks.
2nd and 10. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass with 19 seconds to go here in the third. A blitz coming, and the blitz right there waiting for the running back.
Calvin White, the ball.
Loss of 2 on the play. Good to see Calvin White back in the game, although I'm sure he wishes he had a little more room to run that time.
Made by number 13.
That will do it for 3 quarters of play here from Sylvester Stadium in Berrien Springs. First place in the Lakeland Conference is on the line between these 2 old rivals. Buchanan's defense came up big with the safety, and then Carson Deming came up big with a 63-yard touchdown run. We'll go to the fourth with Buchanan up 16-6 on Sports Michiana. This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. And speaking of Patrick, let's get into Patrick's sideline report. Here's Anj.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. Obviously, this game has not developed in the manner many thought it would. Beginning of the game, a lot of the chatter on the sidelines from both sidelines was this could turn into a high-scoring game, that Berrien Springs could score at any moment, and Buchanan could have really long, sustaining drives. Obviously, it has not developed in that manner so far in this game. By the way, going back to that quick punt situation, as we take a look at this play downfield and an incomplete, nice pass break up there by Buchanan. Going back to the quick punt situation, the speculation on the sideline was that it was a miscommunication and a misread of the wristband, that he thought a different play was called. He thought, hey, you called a quick punt, and I'm going to quick punt it. And it might have been as simple as that.
So the pass broken up by Brody Reed sets up a 4th down here, and it looks like Braylon Hurst will have to punt it away.
We get ready to go in the 4th quarter. Our 4th quarter tonight sponsored by Coastline Realty Group, located centrally in Berrien County.
Back to receive the kick for the Bucks.
Lewis Rome late getting out onto the field. Hurst, rugby-style punt. Man, that's a laser. Reed collects it at his 10. Those were some great hands by Brody Reed, and he will deftly step out of bounds at the 27 after a 17-yard return.
Fielded by number 20, Brody Reed.
Very interesting, again, the Shamrocks trying to go deep, not trying to hit anything underneath on the pass routes. Everything is deep, 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 trying to get that big play, everything all at once. Buchanan's done a great job, especially on Williams, of limiting him on those huge deep plays, especially here late in the second half, as they've double-teamed him with Tiggy underneath and then Denning over the top. And you just saw Denning with a long touchdown run for Buchanan.
1st and 10 at its own 28-yard line. And you know it's going to be a steady diet of ground and pound here from the Bucks. As Cornelius squirts forward for another 4 yards, he has 116 on the night.
As I mentioned, our 1st quarter is sponsored by Coastline Realty Group. They're in Berrien Springs. They consist of local, hometown folks whose families have served our communities for decades. They know all the ins and outs of buying and selling in Berrien County and beyond. Learn more at coastlinerealtygroup.net.
Cornelius has had some big running nights this year. He had 170 against Coloma and 153 in the win over Brandywine last week. Buchanan, Zeiger keeps it himself with some deft handiwork in the backfield and gets a 1st down, sponsored by the Buchanan Schools, as he's knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's a great pickup of 14.
Another Buchanan Schools 1st down. Zeigler, just a great job of getting the ball in the field, understanding what they needed. I really like the way Buchanan runs this offense. They're very calm, very collective. They just go out, do their business. You know, I talked to you about before this game. I talked about the attitude with Buchanan out on the field. They just seem very quiet and nonchalant. I'm like, is this just kind of the way they are, or are they just kind of psyched out before the game? Well, I tell you what, they're not psyched out at all.
No, they were very focused, I think, before this game, as Cornelius is brought down for no gain. Because at halftime, the reports outside their locker room were that was a pretty boisterous bunch. They were fired up, and they felt like they had the Shamrocks right where they wanted them, and they do. They're up by 10 with 10:35 to go.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
256 rushing yards for Buchanan so far tonight, but they'll go with an empty backfield. Cornelius and around. They were waiting for him this time, and Max Cornelius stood up by Calvin White after a pickup of 2.
Ball carrier. Tackling by number 32, Calvin White.
25 carries, 118 yards for the sophomore. Again, only 5'5", 155, but he's a strong young man.
No, and he's got one of those motors that you talk about that doesn't quit, and he just keeps going and going and going. And just we got quite a few of those guys out here tonight. Buchanan has a couple on defense as well. Williams, just a great job for this Berrien Springs team. But right now, it's just all Buchanan.
Third down, though, and 8. Zeiger with time. Fires over the middle, and Brody Reed dropped it at the 40. He would have had a first down.
These are those big things with this offense that you need to make those plays. Reed, it was wide open.
Now, 4th and 8 for Buchanan.
Just a great job of getting it where he needed to be. It would have been a first down. Now they're going to just try to flip the field again.
Which Ethan Frame has been fabulous at here in the second half.
Back to punt for Buchanan, the number 89.
Bronson Wiley is the deep man standing back at his own 25, which seems a little bit shallow. But on the other hand, he doesn't want this ball to do the bounce and run. And Wiley makes the fair catch at the 26-yard line.
Lee did the right thing, exactly what you're supposed to do on those plays. Play it short, come up, get the fair catch.
Shamrocks will now take over 1st and 10.
Good field position to start now for Berrien Springs.
So here are the Shamrocks trailing by 10, needing a couple of scores. And speaking of a couple of scores, let's give you a couple right now. In the 4th at Rice Field, St. Joe leads Elkhart 21-14. In the 4th at School Field, South Bend Washington leads Berrien 20-14.
Washington looking to pick up a huge win against Berrien in conference rival.
Braylon Hurst on a quarterback draw. Braylon Hurst is off to the races. Braylon Hurst still on his feet in the Bucks territory. Out of bounds at the 28. A 46-yard pickup.
No flag on the play. Here you can see the Frame Products instant replay. Great job of getting outside, using that speed, setting up the blocks. I like how he really sets up the defenders there and makes the cut to the opposite side with the cutback. Big first down, sponsored by Shamrock Athletic Boosters.
1st and 10 at the Buck 26. Deepest penetration Berrien Springs has had in quite some time. Buchanan coming on a blitz. Hurst runs away from it to the outside. Tried to cut it up the field, and he is mowed under as he goes out of bounds at the 21 after a pickup of 5.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dylan Beck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can support.
JoJo Jennings back in the game for Berrien Springs at tight end. Gives them an extra blocker on the near side. Calvin White, the running back behind Hurst. And White hit in the backfield, but broke the tackle and squeezes it up to the 15-yard line. So there's a flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to have either a false start or legal motion here on the wide receiver on this side of the field.
Ben Iliff getting the explanation from the side judge. And it's a false start against Berrien Springs.
Again, as things are going good for Berrien Springs, they can't help but, again, to shoot themselves in the foot with another penalty.
12th penalty of the night for the Shamrocks. Comes with 8:52 to go in this one. It'll set up a 2nd and 12.
Shamrocks will now have it, 2nd and 11.
Number 4, Walter Williams, is in the slot on the near side. I just say that just in case you're wondering. Hurst keeps it himself and gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Elijah Camille McLeod on the tackle for Buchanan after a pickup of 1. Hurst now with 11 carries on the night for 62 yards.
Gain on 1 on the play will make it 3rd and 10 for the Shamrocks.
Logan Edgerly also in on the stop that time for the Bucks. One of the first times we've called his name tonight. 3rd and 10. Hurst wants to throw. Lobs it out there, and it is incomplete. Steven Vasquez leaped along with Jontel Williams-Bruton. And Williams-Bruton, I think, took a little shot to the gut as Vasquez kind of backed into him.
Yeah, he's tapping his head. He's wanting somebody to come in for him. And it's like they're telling him, just stay out there. You're good.
Now 4th and 10 for the Shamrocks.
Not sure Buchanan's terribly deep at the cornerback spot either.
Buchanan not very deep whatsoever. They don't have a lot of players out there in that field.
4th and 10. Big play here for the Shamrocks with 8 minutes to go in the game. Hurst has time, steps into it, threw it off the hands of Vasquez. He threw it behind him, and Buchanan's defense is able to hold.
The one time Hurst actually had time and was able to hit the crossing route after everything spread out. Receivers got down the field. He was able to hit that crossing route, but just threw it behind him.
4 straight incompletions by Braylon Hurst, and Buchanan takes over on downs at its own 26. And time becomes a factor in this game now with 7:55 to go.
Yeah, especially if Buchanan can pick up about 2 or 3 first downs and take about 4 or 5 minutes off the clock here. Time's going to be very precious for Berrien Springs.
Which this running game has shown a capability of. Zeiger keeps it himself on the quarterback keeper, and Lucas Zeiger plows forward for 12 yards on the play. 5 carries, 40 yards for the QB.
Big Buchanan School's first down there for Zeiger. Just sitting back, following his blocks, picking up the first down, picking up big yardage.
He was so poised and confident when I spoke to him at practice this week. I think he just carries himself. He says, I've got to switch. When I'm on offense, I'm pretty calm. When I'm on defense, I'm able to rev it up. And I said, that's got to be tough. And he goes, some days it is, but that's the nature of the beast. He's going to do it again right here. He's going to keep it himself and plow forward for about 3 yards and just keep the clock going. 7:10 to go.
Well, and that's the biggest thing. He hasn't carried the ball a heck of a lot this game. He's relied on his running backs, and they've alternated between Denning and just did a really good job of supplementing him. But now here in the fourth quarter, Berrien Springs has worn down a little bit, and you got a 6', 220 former offensive lineman going at you, running the ball. They're going to wear you down a little bit.
273 yards rushing for Buchanan tonight. Zeiger taking his time. He'll take the play clock down to about 5. Hands it off. Cornelius ran into a big green wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by number 58.
Ferry was there to greet him again. 3rd down, big play here. Carson Tripp coming back on the field for Berrien Springs.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Shamrocks do have 2 timeouts left.
Big 3rd down right here. I mean, this could almost make or break the game. They pick up a first down here, and they're able to take another 2.5 minutes off the clock without even picking up another first down.
I'd still be a little surprised if Mark Fry threw it, and in fact, they shift to the Wildcat formation. Cornelius tried to slam up the middle, but Berrien Springs was up to the challenge. 4th down, and you have to think it's a punt situation, and Berrien Springs will take a timeout. 5:49 to go in this one. Bucks lead at 16-6. The Town Hall Pizza timeout here on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. They're uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. It's a final now at Dickinson Stadium. St. Joe wins the War on the Shore 35-14. That's 3 straight wins this year for the Bears. Down in Indiana, Rochester had no problem with Peru tonight. Zebras win it by a count of 50-0. Schoolcraft on top of Coloma now, 26-6. That game is going to the fourth quarter in Coloma. Snap to Ethan Frame, and he hangs one high into the Berrien County night. This one takes a Berrien Springs roll, and Buchanan winds up down at the 31. So Shamrocks got to score twice in 5:39 with 1 timeout remaining.
The biggest thing is they they don't need to do it on one play.
Frames
They don't need to
down.
do it on a long, deep
Shamrock
pass.
30-yard line.
A lot
The
of times what
Shamrocks will
happens,
take
you
over,
hit,
first and
you know,
10.
7-8 yard slant, and they go the distance on those. You don't have to go over the top every single time. So I think they really need to concentrate on trying to hit those under routes just a little bit more.
Niles has defeated Sturgis tonight by a count of 49-6.
You got man-to-man on these three receivers over here. You got double team on Williams up to the top.
Hurst steps into it, throwing deep. Steven Vasquez. Vasquez takes it all the way to the 18.
First pass is complete.
52 yards and no flags.
No safety over the top because the safety is double teaming on Williams. That's what happens when you have a guy like Williams. It opens up other playmakers, but you have to have time to get him the ball.
At the Buchanan 18-yard line.
That time, Hurst had time to get the ball down the field, and you can see he can make plays like that down the field.
193 yards passing tonight for Braylon Hurst. 1st and 10 at the 18 of Buchanan. Berrien Springs got down here moments ago and couldn't convert. Hurst over the top, dropped by Vasquez in the end zone. He was open.
They're running the same exact play,
For number 7, Steve Backberg.
same exact route, and tried to hit on the underneath. They're picking on the same defender throughout here.
I don't know if Vasquez got screened a little bit by the back judge there, but
At their own 18-yard line.
I think
watch
he
again
tried to
on
catch
the Frame
it with his,
Products replay.
tried to catch it with his chest rather than his hands, and it just slid right through.
2nd and 10 at the 18.
Switched up.
Shamrocks now have it.
They brought number 4 Tiggy. Is that right?
Tate Figgy, yep.
Yeah, Figgy over.
Hurst in trouble, scrambles away. Hurst weaves his way down to the 5 for a first down, sponsored by the Shamrock Athletic Boosters on a run of 13.
Tech made by number 20, Brody Reed.
That'll set up a 1st and goal at the 5, under 5 minutes to go.
5-yard line.
Yeah, they switched Figgy over and then ended up putting Nelson as the bump man out on Williams.
Ben Iliff calls in the play. Hurst scrambles, in trouble, gets to the outside and gets brought down at the 3 on a diving tackle by Jontel Williams-Bruton.
Tackle made by number 10.
Hurst slow to get up, limping just a little bit.
I think he got tugged pretty well
In
the upper legs right there, as you'll see again here on the Frame Products replay. And watch the end of this play. This is quite the grab there by Williams-Bruton in the hips.
Going tight formation here.
It's an I. Trayvon Williams, the tail of the tandem. Under 4 minutes to go. Walter Williams in motion. Calvin White up the middle. Touchdown, Berrien Springs. It's sponsored by Coastline Realty Group. 3:53 to go, and the Shamrocks can get it within a field goal if they kick it, but it looks like they might go for 2.
Looks like Hurst has the kicking block setting up. Yep, Hurst will try this. His first attempt, he did not miss by much. He just pushed it a little right at the other end zone.
Big extra point here for Hurst. Snap, set down, kick are good. 3:53 to go in regulation, and it's a dandy at Sylvester Stadium. Braylon Hurst and Berrien Springs have rallied to within 3 at 16-13 on Sports Michiana.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. We trust Angelo DiCarlo with Patrick Sideline reports From up here, it feels like momentum has turned. Is that the sense you get on the Berrien Springs sideline?
Absolutely. A lot of tense moments in the second half from Berrien Springs, both players, coaches, administrators, the fans. They felt this game has slipped away from them because of miscues and all the penalties in the game. And you hear it from the crowd now getting into it. This is a big homecoming crowd here at Sylvester Field for this game here tonight, and they haven't had much to cheer about. And finally, that drive gives them a little hope here, and now trying to pump that into the energy of the players here for the rest of this 4 minutes, and hopefully a comeback for the Shamrocks if you're a Berrien Springs fan.
Buchanan expects an onside kick. They have 10 people within the 50-yard line to the 40.
Yeah, it looks like they're lined up for an onside kick as well, with Hurst kicking the ball.
Hurst with a squib. Scoggins, did he get on it? It looks like he did.
Went off his hands at first, but he was able to recover it and get it back inside his belly.
R.J. Scoggin with the recovery at the Buchanan 47 with 3:53 left. It was a shot worth taking if you're Ben Iliff, and now you got to count on your defense.
Yeah, I mean, you only have one timeout left, one opportunity to stop the clock, and the way Buchanan's been running the ball this second half, they've been picking up 1 or 2 first downs almost every possession that they've had.
Well, if they get 1 or 2, this game's over. Berrien Springs would love to force a turnover here. That has not happened tonight. Full house backfield behind Zeiger. It's Cornelius off the right side, and Max Cornelius battles to the midfield stripe for a pickup of 3.
Good first down play for Buchanan. Nice little 3-yard pickup. Kind of exactly what they needed to do. Pick up 3-4 yards on first down. Same thing on second down. It's kind of their game plan throughout the night. They're happy with those 3-4 yard pickups.
2nd and 7 now. The clock, you see it on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Down to 3:20 and counting. The play clock at 13. Zeiger running around the right side, trying to turn the corner, and does. He's got a first down. It's sponsored by Buchanan Schools as he takes it to the Berrien Springs 41.
Looks like Zeiger's down after the play. Looks like he might have cramped. He was sticking his leg up in the air.
They have an experienced backup quarterback in Cy Carlin, excuse me. And it looks like Carlin may have to come on, but there's a Berrien Springs player down as well.
Yeah. Berrien Springs player down. Zeiger's off the side, getting his hammy stretched on the sideline right now. But there is a timeout on the field. Might give them an opportunity to get him back on the field.
Well, the other thing was he was able to leave the field. He did not have a trainer come out, so he would not have to leave for a play if he can get better during this time. A reminder, we have more high school football next Friday night on Sports Michiana. We'll go back down into the state of Indiana. We'll go back to Father Bly Field where we were a couple of weeks ago, and we'll see the St. Joe Huskies take on a resurgent South Bend Riley team. Big battle in the city of South Bend. We'll have it for you next Friday night at 6:45 with a kickoff at 7 o'clock. Of course, we invite you to start your night with the Tire Rack Drive to the Game on Pulse FM. That comes your way at 6 p.m. on 92.1, 96.9, and 103.1. And then Monday night, we will also have Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Irish Football Fix on Pulse FM, as Anj and I will recap Notre Dame's game with Arkansas, look ahead to the home game with Boise State, and have a focus on faith with former Irish baseball star Trey Mancini. It all comes your way Monday night at 7 on Pulse FM. Calvin White coming off the field for the second time tonight, but fortunately under his own power. And the break, we'll see Cy Carlin come in here for Buchanan. And this is a big snap for the junior quarterback, but he has played in every game this year.
He's definitely had some playing time. You look at this, he hasn't taken a snap all game, pressure situation. You know, what can go wrong? All he has to do is turn the hand on the ball off. Well, a lot can happen on those snaps.
Three-sport athlete. He turns and gives it to Max Cornelius, and Cornelius will move the chains as he takes it ahead to the 29-yard line for another Buchanan Schools first down. And you talk about this Buchanan team, as you see the Frame Products replay, we'll show you after this replay what kind of chain movers they are, because Bo, this is a team that came into the game tonight averaging 18 first downs a game, and they got to be right around there tonight.
They definitely have to be right around that 18 first downs per game average. Just doing a great job. I mean, when the game's on the line and you're able to pick up 2 first downs in a row just like they have.
Zeiger back in there at quarterback, and Lucas Zeiger, no gain on the play, but the yardage matters very little right now to Buchanan. They are just trying to drain clock, and Berrien Springs will use its last time out.
Another player down, so they're actually official time. Well, they're actually calling timeout on the side as well.
Timeout called by Berrien Springs. It's sponsored by Town Hall Pizza. Boy, take a timeout and order a Town Hall Pizza right now. 2:06 to go in this one. Buchanan up by 3 on Sports Michiana.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. You take a look at Lucas Zeiger, the quarterback for this Buchanan team. His squad looking at the 2nd and 10 at the Berrien Springs 29, trying to drain 2:06 off the clock and get a win over the Shamrocks for the first time in a couple of years. Max Cornelius making a bid to be player of the game with another 7-yard carry. I have Cornelius at 30 carries for 141 yards.
He's been the workhorse tonight, has just done a great job, been this steady guy, picking up big yards after big yards, big plays for him. A couple of huge first downs here in the fourth quarter, and I'm sure right here again, 3rd and long, they're going to feed him the ball. Denning is back there. Denning's got a lot of speed as well.
He had that 63-yard touchdown that will likely be our Big C Lumber play of the game. We'll check it out on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show. 3rd and 5. They tried a little inside handoff, and it's going to work for a first down. Look at this. Still taking people with him. Owen Thompson on the carry, and it's 1st and goal. Buchanan at the 6. The first down sponsored by Buchanan Schools, and that should do it.
That tells you exactly what Buchanan felt of this game. They felt that they got a little robbed last year. They ran out of gas. They were a little bit of a young team, but this year they had the fight, they had the drive, and right there is the example of the fight and drive that they had in this game.
316 rushing yards for the Buchanan Bucks tonight, and they can go into victory formation. There's not a thing Berrien Springs can do to stop them. Lucas Zeiger will take the knee, and he has to do it one more time. And Buchanan will go to 4-1 and sit atop the Lakeland Conference with a huge road win here at Sylvester Stadium.
Just a great performance by Buchanan. Really explosive Berrien Springs. The first series, getting the first touchdown, going up 6-0. But it's been really Buchanan after that the whole rest of the game.
This one belongs to the Bucks. And look at the celebration for Buchanan as Mark Fry's team gets a long-awaited victory. They came in feeling like they were little brother. Well, they were able to knock off the big dog in Berrien Springs tonight. The final score from Sylvester Stadium, Buchanan 16, Berrien Springs 13. A lot to talk about on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show, and we'll do it after this on Sports Michiana.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
My name is Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union, told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place. You see the Buchanan Bucks assembling down by the end zone, awaiting to hear from their head coach as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hunt, the third member of our crew, joins us here on the Farrah Custom Roll Forming post-game show with our Reliance Player of the Game. Let's go downstairs to Angelo DiCarlo.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Max Cornelius and Coach Fry both with us here after this huge win for Buchanan. Max, what does this victory mean for your program?
It definitely means a lot. The past 3 years we've lost to them, and they've been a powerhouse in our conference, and just beating them's huge.
Coach, you mentioned you guys have felt like little brother in this rivalry. Well, little brother gets a win. Has to feel pretty good right now.
For sure. We've had this one circled for 9 months. We've been studying, preparing, lifting, and our guys, I'm so proud of them right now. They just fought their tails off tonight.
How about this guy in particular, our Reliance Player of the Game, over 140 yards rushing? What did he do that allowed you guys to have such success tonight?
Max was steady Eddie. We were looking at giving the ball to him, just keep it consistent, get the 3 yards we needed every carry, and he did a great job tonight.
Max, you lost your mom recently. How has this team, this group of guys, picked you up?
We're a family. I've known these guys all my life. Everyone's close in our town, and they're just great brothers. That's really all I can say.
Coach, football's about a lot more than the wins. How has your team rallied around him?
Obviously, Max is one of ours, and we take care of him. Our team looks at him as that brother, like he said, and anything he needed during that time, we were there for him. His dad's on our staff, too, so, we look after him as well. It's a tough situation, and obviously we love them, and we want to make sure they're taken care of.
Max, you guys are off to a 4-1 start. What is this team capable of achieving this year?
Definitely a lot. We've got a kind of young team, but everybody works great together. We're a team. We push each other. Working together, we can win a lot of big games.
Well, Max, thank you very much. Congratulations on being our Reliance Player of the Game.
Thank you.
Max Cornelius, Mark Fry. What a game for the Buchanan Bucks. Back upstairs to you guys.
I'm going to check out Mark Fry's 40 time here because I think he's going to get chased by some water bottles here in a second. His team got him down there on the field. They might have gotten Anj, too. But that's all right. Great job by the Bucks tonight.
They did get me a little bit.
Yeah, that's
it's all right.
okay.
It's just water.
You deserved it. Don't worry. Let's go from our Reliance Players of the Game or Player of the Game to our Big C Lumber Play of the Game. Huge play late in the third quarter from Carson Deming, the forgotten running back in that Buchanan backfield.
Yeah, we talked about, the ability for Buchanan to alternate between different running backs, and when you got somebody, a speedster like Deming, who's able to just take off for 70-some yards, as he did here, just a great job of really exploding this game and really putting it out of reach for Berrien Spring to come back.
63 yards, no flags for Carson Deming, who wound up with 90 yards rushing in this one. And Buchanan, we heard from both teams really this week. The more physical team would win the football game, and that's what happened.
Oh, it definitely did. And I'll say it again. Before the game, seeing both these teams out there on the field, walking around them and seeing them, Buchanan was quiet. They didn't say a word. They just went about their business, and now it's just kind of, are they ready or are they not ready? They're ready tonight.
Oh, they're not quiet down there right now. They're making a lot of noise here at Sylvester Stadium, and they're hoping to make a lot of noise. Trophy case has been a little dry during Mark Fry's run. They haven't won a lot of conference championships. They haven't won a district title. They got a chance at both this year.
Yeah, they definitely have a good shot at that. First off, that conference title, then district as well. They have a really good team, really solid players, a bunch of guys they can go to. I mean, when you take an offensive lineman and put him at quarterback, an all-region offensive lineman, and then put him at quarterback, and he plays the way he did tonight, and the guys that he goes around him, Cornelius, Denning, I mean, you talk about some really good, talented guys. Then you look at your defense as well. I mean, Pleasant, he could have been our player of the game as well. Yeah. He had a heck of a game on defense. Just a fantastic job by this Buchanan team, and Mark Fry's got a really good squad.
Meanwhile, Berrien Springs just has to refocus. They just seemed out of kilter the whole night, whether it was homecoming, not playing a game last week. And don't want to take anything away from Buchanan either. Buchanan played them tough. But this is still a dangerous team. And if I'm DeWajak watching this film, I'm saying, what are we going to do to stop Braylon Hurst and company?
Yeah. I mean, you look at this Berrien Springs team. Even tonight, I still feel they could have put 45 points on the board tonight, even in this game. They're a team that if you put it together, and one of the keys to win, and Coach talked about it, was focus. They lacked the focus tonight. They really did. It wasn't like they were present. They were in the game. Way too many penalties, and the penalties that they made were just mental penalties. There weren't a lot of physical penalties. When you're making that many mental penalties, you're not in the game focused.
So that'll do it for our coverage here from Sylvester Stadium. Our thanks to our Sports Michiana crew, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin in the truck. He had plenty of help. Tony Beltran and Josh Kellogg were in there with them. And then in terms of cameras, we had another superb night from our camera work tonight. Chris Skibby down on the sidelines. Ron Gray was out there. Zach Galloway. And Ryan Fitzpatrick was all over Sylvester Stadium tonight. A reminder, we've got the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix Monday night at 7 on Pulse FM, when we'll talk about the game with Arkansas this Saturday and look ahead to Boise State. The next Friday night started off on Pulse FM at 6 p.m. with the Tire Rack Drive to the game, and we'll help you get ready for a night of football at Father Bly Field as Riley and St. Joe renew their rivalry. Pregame at 6:45, kickoff at 7, and we do hope you'll join us then. Now, for my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer, Spider-Man himself, Bo Hunt, and my business and broadcast partner, Angelo DiCarlo, it's Chuck Freebie. Once again, the final, Buchanan 16, Berrien Springs 13. So long from Southwest Michigan. The preceding has been a presentation of Sports Michigan. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.